So, hold up. Still on the mind. We're still talking about the mind here. Okay. So we had a cell meeting this morning as at earlier as 8. And in that cell meeting, we listened to Earl Nightingale. And if you know Earl Nightingale, you will agree with me that the man is just awesome. He is super in the word, in all sense of the word. He is good. So he spoke and he was talking about the quote. He actually quoted Archibald MacLeish when he said that the only thing that is in a man is his mind. Everything else you can find in a pig or a horse. I've always liked that quote from day one because, frankly, of course, they also have livers. A pig and a horse, they both have livers, they both have a heart. They just vary in size, but amazingly so, they're almost constructed the same way, being mammals. But that aside, I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes a man is his mind. God. Like, a man by virtue of how he thinks. A man by virtue of how he processes things, And why not? Okay, you walk up to a guy and he is spitting out bars and bars and bars, and he has a lot of curse words in his mouth, and you're like, you can almost tell with 100% accuracy that this man is of the streets. Boys being is this, okay? I am a spiritual person. I'm a believer, strong and ardent follower of Christ. And there is something that I would always say. I think this is man's definition as quoted by, or the definition of man as quoted by Kenneth E. Hagin, of blessed memory. He says, man is a spirit, he has a soul, and he lives in a body. Amazingly so, the only thing that makes a man are those two things, okay? Not just his location. So a man for him to exist here, he needs a body, but the eternal existence of man resides in his spirit. And the soul, which is an empty hard drive that is sent into man, or rather installed into man, that he fills with whatever it is that he is able to learn, perceive, and absorb. And this corporeal plane, should I use that word as I go? Yeah, but I think you get the point, okay? On this material plane, thank you, okay? It's just that, his body, The soul is just that. It absorbs every information. The question, therefore, is this. If a man is indeed a spirit who has a soul, which seat of conscious, which is a seat of the conscious, which can also be likened to the mind, then man is by all standards defined by his thought processes, also his mind.